everyone, Thomas here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, but today's actually going to be a little bit different because this is actually going to be part of a group collab. So this is a seasons themed group collab with a couple of my friends who are Emily from Emmy Sims, Chloe from Chloe Sims and Ashley from Dr. Ashley. And I actually contacted them a little while ago before seasons came out because I had this idea to kind of do some sort of like joint lot, I guess. I don't really know how to explain it, to be honest, of like all representing all different, you know, the 4 different seasons. Well, that's what we did, but we kind of changed it up a little bit. Originally, we had a plan to kind of do it on one big lot and have 4 little smaller homes, but we've now actually decided to do it on this row in Newcrest. I don't know the name of the neighbourhood. I don't even think it has a name like this district, but you can kind of see where it is. It's got the 40 by 20 lot in it as well. So we're building it there, and Chloe, Ashley and Emily have also done the other seasons as well. I'll leave a link down below to their channel so you can go ahead and see it, and it's kind of just going to make a row of houses, and yeah, so that's basically the idea. I've really kind of struggled to explain that. I was trying to think before this voiceover how on earth I'm going to explain this. I probably made it more difficult than it actually is, but there you go. So I'm doing autumn, as you can probably tell. Emily is doing winter, Chloe's doing spring, and no, she's not. Chloe's doing summer, and Ashley's doing spring, I believe. And yeah, so make sure you go ahead and check out their videos. The reason I kind of decided I wanted to do this collab with these other 3 people was because we're actually kind of friends with each other, and we've also done separate collabs with each other as well. I think we've all done a collab with like each other. So I thought it would be a really nice idea to kind of do a collab, you know, together, because all of us know each other. So that's kind of how this collab came about, and I'm really happy that it all, you know, came to be. So we're working on the inside of the home now, as you can see. I jumped ahead a little bit just because there's a little bit of lag that we're getting recently with the wall coverings when you place those down. I think everybody's having that problem. So I just kind of cut out that footage so it wasn't, you know, as bad on the video. So basically all that you didn't see was me just going through the wall coverings and putting the rest of the windows in and stuff like that. This home took me about like 55 minutes to do, which is ridiculous. No time at all, really. I think it's just I get questions all the time about how on earth do I build so fast. I think it's just because I do it so much. It's kind of just practice, and I kind of know my style, what type of homes I like to build, where I like things to be, type of furniture and styles I use, things like that, and that kind of just all adds together to make the build time really, you know, fast. And if you want to kind of learn more about how to build faster and just improving your builds generally, then I actually made a little kind of tips and tricks video a little while ago. It wasn't that long ago, maybe like a month ago or something. I'll try to remember to leave a link down below to it if I remember. I always forget when I say things like that, which kind of just is a little video kind of explain that sort of thing, so it might be useful if you want to go ahead and check that out. So this living room right here is kind of like a purple theme. I don't really know why it's not a colour that I use a lot. Actually, I think I know where it came from, actually. It was from Soph Sims, one of her speed builds recently with Seasons, and she kind of did like a purple themed, was it a kitchen, living room? I don't really know, a bedroom or something. And because we do get a lot of purple coloured swatches in the new items with the seasons pack, so I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and include that because it's a little bit different. And I don't really know if it fits the autumn theme in a way, it's purple, but it's still kind of like a sort of darker colour, I suppose, so, you know, it kind of fits. And yeah, so I have done a bunch of other seasons videos if you haven't seen them already. I did get early access, so on the day that embargo lifted, I uploaded 5 videos. I think 3 of them were speed builds, the other one was a creator sim, and then like kind of like a 5-minute overall opinions and thoughts of the packs, like a mini review sort of thing. And I've done a bunch of those as well, so make sure you go ahead and check out the playlist of all my seasons videos. That'll be down below as well. And if you have any more ideas you want to see with seasons, like build ideas, video ideas, anything you have, that'd be really, really useful, so make sure that you let me know about that as well. And yeah, so this room right here is kind of like the garage area. I know some people pronounce it garage, it just depends where you're from, really. So this is like what I normally turn into like a multi-purpose room, because I feel like that's something that a lot of people do with their garages anyway in real life, and kind of convert them and stuff. That's what we're doing here. So it's still kind of got the garage door to kind of replicate it, like with the little windows at the top, just to kind of replicate, you know, the garage style, I suppose. And then I've kind of turned it into a general room, so got workout equipment and some other stuff in there, like activities, skill building items, that sort of thing. So I do that a lot when it comes to these type of rooms in my builds. And I also put the laundry area in here as well. I didn't kind of think about this to be at the start, which I don't know why, but I always forget to do that in my speed builds. I always forget to plan in the floor plan a room for the for the laundry items and stuff. So I just put it in the garage, which is something that I feel like a lot of people do. And we actually have our dryer in the garage, and we'll have the washing machine. I don't know, it sounds weird that they're in two different places, but it's just because of space and stuff. In the UK, we have these rooms called utility rooms. I think like you have them in the US, but I think you just have a different name for them, or maybe that's what you do call them, I don't know. It's basically kind of like a little addition onto the kitchen. It's kind of like on another, well, I don't know if all of them do, but ours has another sink in it. It has a door to the back door, to the backyard, I suppose, and also we have a kind of like oh my god, why can't I think? Washing machine. I don't know how I forgot that name when I just literally mentioned it 2 seconds ago. But because it's kind of a small room, we'll have the dryer in the garage. And some people put their fridges in there as well. We have like a bigger, like American style fridge in the garage as well, because it doesn't fit in our kitchen. And then we'll have like a mini kind of smaller fridge in the kitchen as well. But yeah, so right now we're working on kind of like this dining room sort of area. It is a little bit further away from the kitchen, which I wasn't really too sure how that was going to look. But it's just because the floor plan, there wasn't really anywhere to put the dining room, so I put that over there. And that place where the dining room is, it actually does have a little glass roof as well from the new update that we got a little while ago before Seasons. So if you don't know, the glass roofs aren't part of Seasons. It's part of a free update that you need to install if you want to get Seasons, but also to everyone. So feel free to go ahead and download that free update, because you get a bunch of things, and also an overhaul to the gardening system as well as those glass roofs. The glass roofs are actually you just use the normal roofs, but it's actually a glass roof texture that you put on top, like you do with the other roof coverings and stuff. So this room right here, I don't know if this will be the master bedroom or not. I'm always kind of really hard to decide when I do my speed builds, because it's kind of like, is this going to be the master bedroom? Because a lot of the homes that I do are fairly big, so a lot of them do have their own bedroom, sorry, not own bedroom, own bathroom, so it's kind of like multiple rooms having their own ensuite, so it's kind of hard to decide which one's going to be the master bedroom. So let's just say both of them are 2 master bedrooms. And I also actually put a kids room in this build, which is something that I always kind of tend not to do. It kind of takes away from the functionality of it if you want to download it for yourself and use a family with it and stuff. But it's kind of like, it just sometimes when I do these big mansions and stuff, like with a very traditional theme, it kind of like takes away from that theme by putting a kids room in, because it's very kind of like, I don't know, sort of like a fun kids room and stuff, and then a very kind of traditional grand mansion stuff. It never really fits in, if you know what I mean. So I tend not to use those, but I decided to put one in. It's kind of like a family home style, so that's what we're doing. I kind of just made it a neutral colour, so depending on what type of kid you have, you can change up the colour swatches, whatever you want, if you download it. So, we're kind of nearing the end of this build. We're kind of just doing this last little bit here. I actually left the landscaping in the backyard to last. I don't know why I did that, but it's just something I did. When I know a few people have like a very specific like order they do the builds in, so they do this bit, then they do that bit, whatever. I normally do all the landscaping and exterior stuff before I work on the interior. But for today, I decided to do it the other way around. I don't know why, I kind of just happened to do that way. Like there wasn't any reason behind it. It just happened to do that way. So there you go. And yeah, so I didn't really give myself an introduction at the start. When I normally do collabs, I normally introduce myself, because there's normally like a few people who come over from the other person's channel. Well, if you don't know, my name is Thomas, and my channel here is called Thomas TV. I make a range of different Sims 4 speed builds. I do 4 videos a week, and most of those are speed builds every day of the week. It's something that I love to do. And yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for my mansion builds that I do as well every Sunday. On a Sunday, I do a 64x64 lot mansion build. I mean, yesterday's wasn't a 64x64, it was a 50x50, but it's still a mansion build at the end of the day. So I love to do bigger homes as well. So if that's something you'd like to see, then feel free to subscribe. So we're working on the exterior here, as you can see. Now, it was really irritating because I had to use the UI extensions mod to change the time of the day to get the lighting right on the front of the home for doing the screenshots. Well, this sometimes, well, it always happens if you use this mod, you know what I mean, where it kind of like messes up the Sims' needs. So like the bars, like you're going from green to red, they're all messing up and stuff. What happened was, because I recorded this on a Thursday in game, it was actually Harvest Day. Harvest Fest, whatever, on that day that was recorded, like, in-game here. So when I was kind of switching the times, Harvest Fest would just keep, like, starting and ending and stuff, and all the gnomes, which you may have seen from the live stream and stuff, were all kind of, like, spawning in the house, like on the outside, in the garden, in the rooms and stuff. So it's really irritating because I had to keep going back into build mode and deleting them while I was taking the screenshots. And I remember I was going to do the kids room, and I was going to take the screenshot of the kids room, and I went in and there's just this yellow gnome like in the middle of the floor with like a really angry face, and it like actually really scared me. So yeah, that was a little bit irritating, but you know what, it's alright. It made it a little bit more fun, I suppose. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this voice over here. I really hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna leave a link to the other person's collab. That didn't sound right. The other people in this collab, so you can go ahead and check out their seasons build. So make sure you go ahead and check those out. Leave a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, this will be up in the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1 if you want to go ahead and download it for yourself, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!